Hi everyone. Well, it's that time of year. Comes too early. Not ready for it. Of course, as I've told you probably ad nauseum, that I thought this cooler weather would help my medical condition, but no, it just makes it worse. Not only am I burning up, I am freezing with the chills, so not looking forward to this newfound snow. Now, we weren't supposed to get really nothing. Only Buffalo, which is buried. What did they say? There was 66 inches and counting. I feel bad for those people. I think if I lived in Buffalo, I would get out of Dodge permanently. It's not their first, it's called their first rodeo, but kudos to them. So we've all this week have on my car, the useless car, the one you can't even get into now because when it gets cold, you can't even open it. Chitty chitty bang bang for sure. But anyhow, every morning, I believe, this past week, there was like snow and ice on the window part of the front. What's it called? I don't know. But yeah. And then we had snow that stuck for 2 days. Quite a bit. You can't see well, not a lot, but you can't see the grass through it. So, here we are. Because of the situation, which is now going on just about 4 weeks. And y'all know, for the new people, just something bad happened in our lives. So, the child's father does not contact the child or anything, and we have to get out of the house next week for sure, and we can't because obviously he's not going to bring us to the lab or the doctors, and the child has no coat. He has gloves and a hat that I was able to get at the Dollar Tree when it was still okay weather. Neither of us have boots. He has good sneakers, not good, but sneakers that you could wear, but I'm not sure there's too much ice and snow. My sneakers have holes and no tread, so we can see what kind of scenario can happen there. So, and his father knows he has no coat and not real gloves and a real hat, warm ones. Dollar Tree is fine to have as an extra. He's responsible for both of us, but I guess he's not. He's having too much fun. So, it's not going to be fun, so I'm hoping we just have another Indian summer. The thing that I was complaining about? Well, it can come back now so we can get out and do what we have to do next week. But anyhow, that's our weather forecast because I feel like I'm permanently the unofficial, official weather person on my channel. So what I was going to talk about the other day, and then we got into talking about that Vegemeta something or other. If any of you watched that, I thought it was really funny. Polly and I were laughing our heads off, and then the one before a podcast. So we just started talking, and then, it was nice to laugh, and it's nice hearing people say it's nice to hear us laugh, and someone else said that we made their day, and it sounds nice. It's nice for us, too, that we can bring you happiness instead of just this reports of gloom and nothing's changing in our situation, and I just got to be careful what I say here because I don't know who he has watching my channel, and they'll go report back and embellish things that aren't even true. But anyhow, back to the subject at hand, which y'all know I just talk and ramble about something else. But anyhow, I was going to talk about that other day because I don't know if I'll ever get to doing any cooking shows in the near future. Right now, my head and my body is burning up because I had to turn on the little portable heater because I'm shivering. So I tried to put 2 blankets on. Bad idea. I was burning even more. So it's a crap show. Basically a crap show. So I'm just going to talk about stuff that I make, that just some ideas for you. I used to make, and I don't know if you guys do. Well, let me first talk about my mom. My mom used to make, she would take just a regular potato. She always used the white potatoes. I remember growing up, I never even heard of a russet potato. I don't even remember seeing it in the store. But I grew up poor, so it's not like we, we're in the store like browsing and seeing. We kind of got the same thing every 2 weeks on a Thursdays when we went grocery shopping. It was the happiest day for me because I knew we'd have some food in the house. But anyhow, so she used the white potatoes and she would peel them, you know, wash them, peel them, whatever. And then she'd cut them up very thin, not paper thin, but thin enough. And she would fry them probably in butter because her husband loved butter. There was always a big tub of butter on our table. In fact, he had a heart problem where you had blockages, I think 90% in almost all of the places where you had blockages. And he still ate that butter. And he ate lard, is that something different? I don't know, bacon, everything you're not supposed to eat. He was a medical miracle, I guess. But anyhow, I'm not talking bad. I'm just saying it's kind of like, wow, he was lucky. He ate all the crap he wasn't supposed to and lived much longer than he was told he would. But anyhow, back to what I was talking about. So anyhow, she would put butter in there and fry them up so nice. They'd be perfectly, just a little crisp, barely crisp, but still like soft, but crispy, delicious, out of this world with a little salt and pepper. I don't know. I was just talking to a friend of mine from long ago, and her mom, you know, did the same thing. And she was saying the same thing, that, you know, she can't do it either. She can't cut it that fine, and it just doesn't work right. Because usually it'll just, it's not right. So I guess our moms just had some talent that was lost between the generations. But anyhow, what I used to do with my, in my first marriage is I would take potatoes. Again, I don't even think I heard of russet potatoes in my first marriage. Isn't that weird? I don't know if we just didn't have them or what. I mean, now that's the potatoes I usually get. But, so I would just take the potatoes, you know, wash them off real good, and then peel them. And nowadays, people don't peel them. When you hear what I did, you'll see people don't peel them. But anyhow, so I peel them, and then I would put, I don't remember what I put in the pan. I think butter, too. Back in that day, we were butter people, but then I got high cholesterol and no more of the good stuff. But cut them up in like little cubes, and then either cut up onions or take an onion on a grater, because I don't know if I told you the hack for kids. If kids don't like onions and something like this, like fried potatoes, I made fried potatoes with like peppers, usually green. Back then it was green peppers. Right now, well, I can't eat, you know, all who've been around know I can't chew things, but I can still say what I like. So right now, I don't really enjoy the taste of green peppers. I'd rather have red or yellow or orange. But back then, it was green potatoes. No, not green potatoes. They're not good. Don't eat green potatoes. Green peppers, potatoes, you know, just chopped up in pieces with onion, fried in butter. I'm trying to think what else did I put in there. Oh, sometimes mushrooms. Or I'd make a separate one with mushrooms for my first husband and I, because the kids didn't really like mushrooms when they were kids. But yeah, I used to make that. And that's a real nice thing to have, like, even on the morning of Thanksgiving when you're all busy, unless you're one of the people that do everything ahead of time. I started doing that. I don't remember, you know, because in this mess I'm in would be whatever the last few years where I thought life was normal, when in hindsight it wasn't. I would like make all the like Jello molds, if that's what they're still called, and you know, anything that I could do ahead, I would do ahead. Like I used to make the stuffing. It's in a blue package. I think it's by Pepperidge Farm. So I would make it the night before. You boil the rice, and then you put it in you mix it with the stuffing, which is like hard breadcrumbs, I think, flavored. And then I'd refrigerate it overnight and then pull it out in the morning, and then it would be stuffed in the turkey. But that was many years ago, because I can't eat rice. It makes me choke. But then I started thinking, I think I ate the stuffing when it was in the turkey. And I know they say not to put in the turkey, but we do. Or did. We haven't had a turkey in a long time. Real turkey. But the thing that really hurts me is, okay, back to the potatoes. So anyhow, those are really good. So that's a nice thing to have on any kind of morning when you're busy, and it tastes so good. But, you know, for me, I'd have to put it in the blender or I call it the blender, the musher chopper thing, and it would taste disgusting. But anyhow, it just really hurts me that this Thanksgiving, his father had said, I said, do you think you could at least get a turkey breast? Paulie was really excited. Only 1 year, he got to put his hands in the turkey, take the guts out, because his father would always do the turkeys for us. Even if he wasn't here, he would come here and I can't say early in the morning when it was convenient, and do the turkey, because I cannot do a turkey. If I gotta prepare it, I can't eat it. But Paulie was really looking forward to it. And I even said if he gave me enough money, I could buy the turkey, and if he could help Paulie. But this was months ago. I was already talking about it, but he didn't indulge in that conversation. He's not answering any texts, and here I am again talking about him. But it just hurts me that God, I don't even have words to say. How can you hurt your own child, for God's sake? And it's food. It's food. I would expect for what went down that day, almost a month ago, that he'd be at the door with a TV for his son, a computer for his son, a new phone since his son's phone is broke. He has no TV. He has no computer. He has nothing, our child. Gee, I'm really sorry, but no, nothing. Not even how's my child doing? But anyhow, didn't want to go there, but I did. Can't edit, so you're gonna have to hear it. But anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that, about the that kind of thing. And then I don't know if I saw a commercial. I was watching something on YouTube, and I saw someone talking about pot roast, and I always thought, what is a pot roast? So I don't remember seeing in the store something called pot roast, but I think pot roast just means any type of roast. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'd like to know if it means something different. So yeah, I was watching someone YouTube, I don't know who, just randomly someone. And they said they're going to make a pot roast, and they said this is so good, it just falls off. You don't have to even cut it. And I thought, oh, maybe that's something I could eat. So she had a bottom round, something bottom round. I don't know what it was. But I know bottom round would be tough, so I'm not quite sure. But the way she said she cooked it is frozen, which my mom also cooked it frozen, which makes for more tender meat. But this person said they cook it in the oven on either 170 or 200 degrees. I don't think my oven goes to 170 that low. And they just put it in a pot in the oven with I don't know what kind of broth. I would imagine beef broth, one of those containers. And just put onion. I think that's all they put in there was an onion. And let it cook low and slow. So they put it in the evening. It cooked all night, which would make me nervous to have the oven on all night. And all day while she was at work, which would make me nervous too, to have the oven on. Even though it's slow, that's not something I would do. Maybe you do it and that's okay, but for me, I don't know. But I would make in the crock. Oh yeah, she said she usually puts cream mushroom soup in, but she didn't want to do it that time. That used to be a thing. I remember in my first marriage, everyone made a roast, chuck roast. I used to make a chuck roast. Or later on toward, not the end of my first marriage, but like in the middle part, sometimes we would buy an eye of round. My mom always said, oh, those are good. And I would always get her one too, because we were doing good financially. And I wanted, my kids to taste good stuff. And I wanted my mom to have good stuff. I mean, we didn't splurge, but it would be nice to have an eye of round roast sometime. We usually had chuck roast. And yeah, I did the cream mushroom thing, but I mostly made it in the oven. Actually, I would put the chuck roast. And can you believe they were like $3, $4? You know what a chuck roast costs now? Good Lord, $49. A chuck roast. It's not even top of the line. But anyhow, I would just put it in the oven, cut up onions. I'd cut them big because the kids wouldn't like the onions. And if they're big, you could pick them out. And celery, carrots. Oh, potatoes. I love potatoes when they're made in the oven with a roast. Oh, they got such a good taste to them. But I remember I think every week we had a chuck roast in the oven. Sometimes seems like the fat of the crock pot, or what was it called? There's another name, crock pot, or I can't think of it now. Crock pot or, oh, slow cooker. I think they call it a slow cooker nowadays. But I think it was called crock pot then. And I would put it in the crock pot sometimes when I did the cream mushroom soup thing. But yeah, do any of you cook a pot roast? And does pot roast just mean any kind of roast that's made in a pot, maybe? Maybe that's where the name came from. Oh, I should have looked it up. I always forget. But anyhow, do you ever do anything with potatoes? Like I said, fry them up with something in a pan. I'm sure a lot of people use hot sauce. Polly and I can't do hot sauce. Oh my gosh, no. I just look at the bottle and get indigestion. But, oh gosh, I miss my mom's potatoes because they were just perfect that you could, like, mush it up with your tongue even. It's just so good. And the taste. And she put probably onion, that's it. She didn't put anything else. Very simple. But, yeah, I was thinking of that. So if you know you're going to be busy in the morning and you have some family to feed, it's kind of a easy thing to, you could even make it the day before and just throw it in a, well, if you want to really, you know, do it, you can put it in the microwave, but I don't like stuff warmed up in the microwave that you've made, homemade. It's just better, you just throw it in the fry pan with some butter. Nowadays, the thing is to put olive oil because it's healthy, and then put butter to ruin the healthy part, but it tastes good. So anyhow, that's just an idea for you guys. I'm trying to think of ideas for the big day, the turkey day, that I know my son will be very hurt. But why not? That's what all dads want to do, right? Hurt their child. I don't know. All I do is I live, breathe everything for my child. But anyhow, I thought of a recipe that I'm hoping I can make because it's pretty simple. You don't have to cook. You don't need the oven. It doesn't take a lot of exertion. So I'm going to try to make at least that thing. No promises, but for you as an idea for a Thanksgiving side. So we will see if it happens again. No promises. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little table talk. Table talk, blah, blah, I never know. Series 1, Episode 1. So this will be another feature in my, the word just slipped off my tongue onto the floor of my whatchamacallit or other. I'll try to keep the person out of the stories, but it's still fresh. And, you know, the holidays, it's only not Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's, you know, it's, well, my birthday doesn't matter, but, you know, Polly likes that I have a cake for my birthday, and sometimes I could, you know, give him the money and he'd pick up a cake, but, you know, that's not going to happen. So, and Polly's very important birthday, he will be turning 18 on January 2nd, and, you know, all that. And then Christmas Eve, you know, we you know, just have like a dip or something, or New Year's Eve, and, you know, the snow just, I was talking to the Mother Nature there and saying, can you, like, hold off till Valentine's Day, because who cares about that day for us, right? But anyhow, it doesn't look like Mother Nature is going to do what I asked of her. But anyhow, so we'll be having some table talk, and we'll do some podcasts again, and you know, whatever comes to mind. Polly has a lot of ideas. I told him he should start a channel. But sadly, we only have this phone, and the memory's real low as it is, so I think he'd do good if he had his channel. And he's really interested. He already started looking things up, like what are the top things people talk about or something, or subjects. I don't know. But without a computer, you know, it's just hard, because he was talking about, you know, if he had a computer, he could do special effects and this and that. And I know, it really breaks my heart. But his father, you know, has all those things. And so does his older siblings. But, you know, okay, sorry. Can't keep saying that, but, you know, when something's fresh and it still bothers you, it's going to come out. So forgive me. But anyhow, make sure you are the Take 2. That would have been a blooper if I could edit it out, but I can't. Take 2. Make sure you're the reason someone smiles today. Be kind to people and yourself. Life is hard. If you haven't got your stuff, I'm sure the grocery stores will be full of people around here. Who knows? I don't know, because of snow, they probably went and bought everything out. But I don't think we'll be going to the store. I did want to get some squashes at least, because every year I always have acorn squash and butternut squash and sweet potatoes and apples. and potatoes. I thought those were all things. Well, Polly loves them all, and those are things that I could eat because they're all mushed. I usually put them through, well, I don't have the blender yet, but the blender, the musher crusher, the mush piece of crap. But anyhow, oh, now my heating, that little portable unit, is smelling like it's burning. Of course, shut it off so I could freeze. There it goes. Well, that's great because, you know, all things come to an end. And, of course, the microwave's on the fritz, the fridge is on the fritz, and now the little portable heater. Wonderful. Anyhow, I'm trying to end this. Oh, my gosh. Yep, that's going to go. Anyhow, so be kind to yourself. You know, with the holidays, don't worry. Nothing's perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. The most important thing is family and whatever you can put together. And, you know, I hope all of you are lucky enough to have a turkey because, you know, life is short. And simple pleasures like having a turkey should be something that, you know, a parent who has the means should be able to provide and make for his child. I mean, he could even order dinner. I don't know if our grocery stores do it. You can order dinner. I remember this one woman always ordered it from the store. But, anyhow, let's not talk about him anymore. But anyhow, yeah, so I'll be coming up with some ideas for you. Or if you have any ideas, put them in the comments below. Anything that you can think of that's soft. Not sure if I can, you know, get to the store or Instacart it. But, you know, any ideas, just let me know. And I'll probably make that banana cream pie. I hope. I almost made it tonight. I don't know what happened. But I was so close to it. But didn't get it. So I guess I'll just wait since it's around the corner. So anyhow, don't forget to subscribe, like, share our channel so then it will get around to other people. If you press the like and just put a comment hi, it puts our video up higher in the algorithm and then more people can see it and we can grow our channel, which we desperately need to do right now because, you know, that's what we have to do. I never planned to, you know, I just thought this is a thing to do for fun, but, you know, I see it can turn into a job, so I'm trying my hardest, but, you know, like I said, if you guys can just pass the word around about my channel. So for now, for the way too long outro, if you're still here, thank you very much, and be looking for ideas for, you know, side dishes or something coming up for the coming holidays. So, thank you for stopping by, and if you got this far, thanks a lot, and see you again. Bye for now.